Hello, this is video 3 of 10 on a rambling road trip that we did on the 25th of March in the year 2020. We're coming into the city of Clinton, or Clinton. I probably mispronounce the city. I usually say Clinton, but I think the correct pronunciation is Clinton. So we are in the city of Clinton, Tennessee. When we get down to the traffic light where you go right, you go to Oak Ridge, and if you go straight, you go to Knoxville. And as I've been telling you on these videos, we are just meandering around some back roads. And I was having some difficulty with the GPS. I know exactly where I'm at. I would not need a GPS, except I wanted it to take me probably on some back roads that I had never been on before. So there's two different directions it was taking us. When we come to the traffic light, the lady was not giving us any instructions, so the arrow looked like it was taking us to the right down toward Oak Ridge. So I do a right turn, and about this point I was thinking, no, I should have gone straight. And I could see the highlighted road back behind us. So I decided to turn at McDonald's and go back and get back on 25W, which is the road we were on. So I turn right at the traffic light, and now I'm going to turn in this parking lot. I'm driving a smart car, and a smart car is perfect for what I'm using it for road videos, because this thing will just turn on a dime, so to speak. So we're going to turn left and go up and get back on 25W and continue on our route. But it looks like the GPS unit could have taken us either direction, and knowing this area, it could take us in either direction, because if we'd gone right, we'd have gone down and turned left. And the way it is, we'll turn right on 25W, we'll turn right on Edgemoor and go across the road that we would have gone on if we had a turn went on to Oak Ridge and turned left, because we would have intersected those two roads that come together there on the other side of Oak Ridge and Milton Hill Lake. So there's the 25W sign. We're going to turn right. Oh, one thing about it, the GPS is at least giving me something to talk about. So now we're back on 25W, and when we come to a community called Claxton, we'll turn right on Edgemoor Road. They're working on the bridge. They're extending. I don't know if they're going to use part of this two-lane going north and a new one to the right. I'm really not sure on that. But we're coming into South Clinton, and our GPS headaches are not over, as you will see here shortly. When I did this video, I decided that I was going to let it run the way it occurred. I'm not going to edit a thing out of this video. And it's like watching a telethon anyway. I enjoy road videos. And I've said that before. I go to Norway and Finland and watch road videos like this, and I love to watch them. Because you can see a part of the world that you would have never seen if it was not for YouTube. Providing a place for people to do like me, place a camera on or in their automobile and start driving. Okay, I'm still trying to figure out my GPS. So we pull in here. Check the GPS. Determine that we should go back down the road where we turned by McDonald's. So we're sitting here trying to figure out what to do. We did this complete trip and we never got out of the automobile one time. We packed a lunch. We had planned that we were not going to stop anywhere. And if you're watching this video years from today, you know exactly why we decided not to exit our automobile. I don't know how long we tried to figure out what to do. We're not lost. We know basically where we're going. The thing I wanted to do is I wanted to go down some new roads that I had never been on before. And I wanted the GPS unit to take us on those roads. Eventually, we get out here on roads that I had never been on before. And a few times we had to double back. But it took us more or less in the direction out in the country where I could do a video of that part of southern East Tennessee. It's getting pretty close to Middle Tennessee in an area where we were going. So we're going to turn right or left. Sorry. I'm anticipating what we're going to do when I turn left. You'll see. Okay, now the GPS unit is still confusing. So I decided to go on my own and not follow the GPS back to the road that goes down to Oak Ridge. So I decided to turn at this monument company and continue on down to Edgemore Road in Claxton. But that's the beauty of doing a road trip or a video with a smart car. This little car was made for exactly what I'm using it for. They're very inexpensive. I own a 2015. They quit making a gasoline model in 2017. I use high-octane fuel. The owner's manual said to not use anything below 21 or 91 octane. You can purchase these little smart cars, used ones, with 30,000 miles. I've got about 30,000 miles on mine. I had 116 miles on it when I purchased it. But you can purchase one with 30,000 miles for less than $6,000. You can't rotate the tires on this car. The tires in front are smaller than the tires in the back. I didn't know that, and I went out to a garage where I do a lot of business, and the guy that was working there, I asked him about rotating tires. He said, "You can't rotate tires on that smart car." I didn't believe him at first, and then I pulled the owner's manual out, and sure enough, you cannot rotate the tires on this 2015 smart car. After 2017, which was the last year they made one with a gasoline engine, all the smart cars are electric. A lot of people, when they see me in the smart car, think that I'm driving an electric car, and I can understand. The only difference that you can see, the electric cars will not have a gas position on the right-hand side, and usually it will have an E somewhere on the right-hand side of the car. But it was made by Mercedes, and you would be surprised at how stable this little automobile is. I'm doing a commercial for a smart car because we love this thing. And it will hold its own in wind as well as a large car. And it doesn't drift. When you go around a curve, it has practically no drift in the curve. When I talk to someone about it, I always say, it corners like a go-kart, and it really does. Some people are, I imagine they're surprised because I've been on curvy roads and a large car would be behind me and they would be kind of pushing you along, and then when you get into the curves, you just keep the same speed and you can see them back off because a big car will drift in a curve a certain amount. But there's practically no drift with a smart car. But I know why they had to discontinue them. Because if you see one of them, you think, there's no way I'd get out on the road in that little small car. It's got 4 airbags, and it has a 5-star crash rating. When they designed, now I'm not totally sure on the manufacturer of a smart car, but from the videos that I've seen and things I've read about the smart car, they more or less enclosed the passenger compartment in a roll cage and surrounded it with plastic. The engine is in the rear. Believe it or not, I've only seen my engine 1 or 2 times, and I've never checked the oil in the car because I have the oil changed periodically, and without a damage, I know that it's not running low on oil and it's not using any oil. It'll get about 39 miles per gallon with, I think, I usually get my fuel at Murphy, and they have 95 octane. That's what I use. So it burns clean. We're on Edgemoor Road. And if we'd gone down the other road where we turned at McDonald's, as we came into Oak Ridge, we could turn left and we would come into Edgemoor and be exactly where the GPS is taking us, down Edgemoor. This is video 3 of 10. This video will end down at Bull Run Steam Plant, a TVA electrical generating plant. I read somewhere that it's due to close. I'm trying to think when it's scheduled to close, but I can't come up with a date. I can remember reading something about it. It's a coal-fired steam plant. It's not a nuke plant. I don't know if the cutback in some of the operations at Oak Ridge spelled the demise of Bull Run because of the power needs. I'm not an authority on that. I'm just jabbering and thinking out loud. There's probably another power station that they're going to use to provide the power. This video, 3 of 10, is getting ready to end. It ends before we get to the power station, Bull Run. See you on video 4 of 10.